everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star the Flippin' Hippo, and today we're going to talk about Returnicus. Happy Returnicus, everybody! That is what Keith and I affectionately call that time after Christmas when everybody wants to return their items. Before we were ever even resellers, we would always refer to the day after Christmas, which I think most people call Boxing Day. We would always call it Returnicus. And that was the day we would try to stay home and not really go anywhere because we didn't want to be involved in the traffic and the crowds. Then we started being resellers and selling online. Then we really learned the full meaning of Returnicus. And it's not just one day. So, yes, in years past, we have noticed right after Christmas, there's usually an uptick in returns, especially if you're a used clothing reseller. It just is. There's nothing we can do about it. People purchased items for gifts, and people don't always get the right size for other folks, and then they got to return it. Hopefully, if they bought new with tags clothing from you guys, they're coming back with the tags on, but we're going to talk about that in a second. So you're going to most likely see an influx of returns, especially if you sell used or even new with tags clothing, just because of the purchasing clothes for other people is kind of hard. It is. And then you're going to also probably see other stuff come back as well. So the only thing I would suggest to you guys to get you through this is to stick to the policies and stick to your guns. And these are going to be the same things I tell you all year long. So these tips and everything are valid all year. It's not just for Returnicus. You guys know I am a stickler for no partial refunds. Not going to happen. Make sure that people are returning the items to you before you give them any money back. I do believe that along with an influx of returns, there is an influx of people fishing for partial refunds. So you're going to have more people than normal looking to keep the items plus get part of their money back. I kind of think this stems from maybe a little bit of overspending on most people's parts, or just not wanting to deal with shipping stuff back. A lot of people in that time leading up to Christmas get really super busy. They're shopping a lot. They're, doing all the holiday stuff, and they're getting super busy. And by the time Christmas is over, they're just like exhausted. And the last thing they probably want to do is have to make a special trip to the post office to mail something back. I think that that's honestly just why a lot of people are like, can't I just have a partial? But, there's bad human beings out there and shady people, and I think more folks might be just looking to get a little bit of money back because maybe they overspent. And that might be some of the returns coming back as well. The people that are actually wanting just to return to get their money back. Maybe they overspent and they need their money after they realize how much they spent. Unfortunately, and I've said it on this channel before, most Americans are not responsible with their money. It's just not a society or a culture that we're brought up in to be responsible with our money. I mean, we're all indoctrinated with the credit cards and loans and overspending, and it's kind of not our fault, but go find Dave Ramsey, guys. But yeah, a lot of people are irresponsible with their money, so they're going to be looking to get partial refunds, and then you're going to have your honest returns again for like fit and stuff. Just stick to your guns, because the last thing we need to do after Christmas is start handing out partial refunds to all of these people, because guess what? You just trained them, you just taught them that next Christmas they can do the same thing, and they're going to do it again. So always be professional, always be polite, keep emotions out of your business, guys. Don't have any type of emotion or type of feeling about this. It's not personal. When they want to return something, when they're trying to get one over on you, when they're trying to get a partial, they're not doing it to you individually. They're not saying, I don't like Star, I want to send her blouse back. It's not personal. So number one is get your emotions out of it. Don't take it personally. Remember, everyone is going to experience more returns and more fishing for partial refunds right now. So just remain professional, polite, courteous. I always just respond when they send me a message and they actually outright ask for a partial refund. I always write back and say, I'm sorry, due to eBay policy and our company, we do not issue partial refunds. but we will be more than happy to refund you in full if you would like to open a return and send the item back. And I will repeat that 2, 3, 4 times, whatever it takes. They'll eventually either return it or go away. Some of them will, come back with a sob story or begging you or asking you again. I literally will copy and paste the same response 3, 4 times, whatever it takes. I don't have emotions when it comes to business. I keep them completely out. I don't let sob stories affect me. I don't. If you say you don't have a printer and a fire burnt your computer down over Christmas, I don't care. I mean, that sounds harsh, but they're going to say what they're going to say to try to get a partial refund. So I'll just keep reminding them that no, we don't offer that. You can certainly return it and get all your money back. And eventually the ones that are just fishing, they'll go away. And the ones that aren't fishing, they'll return it. So when we get messages where they're not outright yet asking for a partial, but you can kind of tell they're feeling you out to see, same thing. Sorry you're not happy with your purchase. We do offer returns. You can return for a refund. Sometimes you have to tell them 2 or 3 times, though, to get it through their head that, no, your sob story is not going to affect me. No, I'm not one of the sellers that's a pushover. No, I'm not going to give in. No, you're not going to get a partial. And then some people just genuinely, honestly, don't know how to open a return or don't know what to do. So they'll message you first saying, hey, these don't fit. I don't know what to do. Can you help me open a return? Or we get a lot of them that say, hey, I want to return these. How do I get a label? And then, you just professionally walk them through how to open a case and everything. You just tell them open a return case, and then eBay will do the label automatically through the system for you. So yeah, those are the 3 basic messages you're going to get when they're looking to return. The first one is they really just don't know how to open a return or go about getting the label. The second one is maybe they're kind of fishing for a partial, but they're feeling you out first. And then the third ones are just going to outright say, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. Can I have half my money back, or whatever they're going to say. Be prepared, though. Some folks are going to try feedback extortion. So they're going to threaten to give you negative if you don't refund their money. And that's feedback extortion number 1. So you can report them to eBay for that. And number 2, if they then leave negative feedback after that, it can be removed. You just call eBay and say, look, I told them they could return it. As long as you remain professional and you're writing your messages almost like what I'm saying, and eBay can see that. If the person's demanding a full or partial return of their money and to also keep the item, and you're just professionally reiterating, return it, I don't offer partials, then they do the feedback extortion, then they leave negative, you can get it removed just like that. In fact, you utter the words feedback extortion and you can pretty much guarantee you're going to get any and all negative and neutral feedback removed. So don't fall for that either. I know a lot of new sellers fall for that, where they get scared, like, oh, they threatened negative feedback. I had to give them the money back because if I didn't, they were going to leave me negative feedback. That's against the rules of eBay. You can absolutely report them for that. And absolutely do not give in when they start doing that crap, because then they're going to try to do it to a lot of other people. What else? Don't forget that you have protections in place. So at the beginning, I mentioned about new with tags. Hopefully they send it back the way you sent it. If they don't, when we refund the buyers on the screen, you should have an option of refunding a partial. This is after they return it. We're not talking about partial refunds before the return. But let's say they open a return on a new with tags Batman t-shirt, and the t-shirt comes back and the tags aren't on it anymore. Even if they include them in the package, it is no longer in the condition it was when you sent it out. And that's the return policy on eBay. When the item is returned in the condition it was sent out, they get their refund, right? So even if they return the tags with it, or half of them are missing, any of them are missing, all of them are ripped off, if something comes back that was new in the box and it's opened, if you had something wrapped in cellophane and it's opened, even used clothing, if it comes back any different, you absolutely have seller protections in place when you go through the case to refund them. you can keep up to 50% of your money, and they give you a little box to explain yourself why you're doing it. Now, I'm going to warn you, when you do this, 99.9% of buyers are going to get mad and defensive. They're going to open a case against you, and they're going to probably call you a liar. I love that. They always love to call you a liar. But they'll say, this is a lie. The tags were still on the shirt. They're lying. They're just mad because I returned it. Yeah. So just be aware of that. Again, keep your emotions out of it. But 99.9% of the time, if you don't refund them all their money, they're going to file a case against you and they're going to complain. And then 100% of the time, eBay will side in everybody's favor to keep everybody happy. So eBay will refund them the money that you did not, with no reflection upon you. So you get to keep, let's say you sold a $40 shirt and you refunded $20 because they wrote the tags off. eBay's going to give the crying, whining monster buyer their $20. You keep your $20. They close the case, you get no defects, and any and all negative and neutral feedback will then be removed in accordance. I don't necessarily agree with that, because it's still teaching buyers that they can do whatever they want. Hey, I ripped the tags off and the seller only gave me half my money back, but because I either cried and whined to eBay or lied to eBay, I still got my money back. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I do kind of like that they don't force you to refund them, and then they close the case and all defects and negative and neutral feedbacks removed. So yeah, if you do go that route, you are protected. You are allowed to keep some money. If they return it in a way that's different, you are absolutely allowed to refund less than 100%. That's to help you recoup any losses that you're going to have to take if you can't sell them with tags as new anymore or whatever. But they're almost always going to file a case against you. Don't get stressed out. Usually it's like within seconds, like it happens so quick. Keith and I actually think it's an automatic thing that robots do it. But like within seconds of the buyer opening the case against you, it's looked at and closed, and you get your message about them getting their refund at no cost to you, and da-da-da-da. So that's what's going to happen if you do that. Just beware, and don't be scared or worried or whatever. There's not going to be any ramifications against you. Now, be honest. I'm not telling you to do this dishonestly. If they return something to you in the same condition that you sent it to them, you need to refund them all of their money. If they went through the proper channels and they opened a return and sent it back and it's completely fine and you can resell it at the same price, absolutely give them 100% of their money back. Don't abuse the system. Don't be dishonest. Have some morals. Let's be better than the sneaky buyers. But if anything ever comes back to you damaged, changed, ruined, absolutely take advantage of that. That protection is there to cover our losses. So again, just stick to your guns. This isn't anything I don't tell you all year, guys. Remember, no return, no money back. No refunding money until they send a return. Always be 1000% professional with them. You can just keep repeating yourself. You can blame eBay. You can blame your company. Make it sound good. Third party. Pass the buck. It's eBay's policy. It's my company's policy. Just remain professional. Don't get personal. Don't get emotional. And don't forget that the protections are there when you need them for us to keep some of our money. I guess that's everything. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below. Hit the thumbs up before you leave. If you haven't already and you'd like to, please subscribe to our channel. Help us feed a hungry hippo. Join our Facebook group, Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. Link is down below. And until next time, go be productive. Go make some money. As always, thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. Bye.